All right, guys, so this right here, I don't know why more people aren't talking about this, but we're definitely going to talk about it. So take a look at this. Breaking from the U.S. Senator for Connecticut. There you have it. ICE has never been about immigration enforcement. It's a weapon used to brutalize Americans and stoke enough fear so that Trump can rig the elections and usher in a dictatorship. Chris Murphy said, Pam Bondi just sent a letter to Minnesota officials saying ICE will leave if the state turns over its voter database to Trump. This is insane. Here's part of the letter. Let's read it. Second, repeal the sanctuary policies that have led to so much crime and violence in your state. Removing criminal illegal aliens from Minnesota neighborhoods will save lives, and state and local officials should support this goal. By the way, let me just pause to point out, it's such horseshit. Sanctuary policies are to make it so you can have law and order. If you have sanctuary policies, what you're saying is, hey, if you're an illegal immigrant and you see somebody commit a crime, you can call and tell us and report it, and you will be protected. You will be safe. If you make it so that they're never safe, well, then an undocumented immigrant can see a crime and never report it because they're afraid, hey, if I call it in, they're still going to deport me. So, like, it makes people be quiet. It makes people be silent and not be good, upstanding members of society. And so that's literally the whole point of sanctuary cities, is to make it so that you can actually crack down on real criminals. And you never, ever see the right address this or acknowledge this. They just keep with their fucking brain-dead talking points. They just repeat them ad nauseum, ad infinitum. It's just endless, like, criminal illegal aliens, they make us less safe. And, like, they don't even bother to engage with the arguments on the other side. All right, let's continue. All detention facilities in your state should cooperate fully with ICE, honor immigration detainers, and permit ICE to interview detainees in custody to determine immigration status. I urge you to reach an agreement with ICE that allows them to remove illegal aliens in custody of Minnesota's prisons and jails and avoids pushing these interactions in your streets. Third, allow the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice to access voter rolls to confirm that Minnesota's voter registration practices comply with federal law as authorized by the Civil Rights Act of 1960. Fulfilling this common sense request will better guarantee free and fair elections and boost confidence in the rule of law. I'm confident that these simple steps will help bring back law and order to Minnesota and improve the lives of Americans. The time has come for state and local officials in your state to change course. As the chief law enforcement officer of the United States, I am committed to enforcing federal immigration laws and keeping every American safe, other than when you're murdering them. Minnesota can and should be a partner with this administration. Do not obstruct federal immigration enforcement. Oh my God, enough. They're literally extorting them to try to steal an election. Yes, we'll take our murderous gangs of criminals and thugs. We will take them out of your state, but only if you let us extort you and take your voter rolls. And by the way, what would the point be of taking those voter rolls? Of course, it's voter disenfranchisement. Of course it is. They're trying to do this with every state. They're trying to create a centralized database, and they're trying to disenfranchise people who they know vote for Democrats. They know they can't win if it's fair elections, especially now, how underwater Trump is, how hated the Republicans are. They know that. So what do they want to do? They want to try to fucking gerrymander as much as possible. Even that recently backfired. But they want to gerrymander. They want to do voter disenfranchisement. They want to do what's called ballot purges and ballot spoiling. They have all these old school literal Jim Crow tricks that they use to try to disenfranchise Democrats and liberals and leftists and make it so that their votes don't count. And that's exactly what this is. It is just astonishing to me that people don't see the bigger picture here. So now you have federal criminals murdering Americans, and you have an extortion letter where the Trump regime is saying, maybe we'll stop murdering you, but only if you turn over your voting data. By the way, what was it? Was it in South Carolina or North Carolina? There was a judge that blocked the state from sending the voter rolls to the Trump regime. And then like a week later, her house burned down. There was arson. And this judge was targeted by Stephen Miller and a bunch of the Trump regime thugs on social media before their house got burned down. So this is where we're at now. This is complete fucking fascist shit. It's never been more clear that we're dealing with rank out in the open fascism here. And what I need is the Democrats and the media to sincerely wake the fuck up and realize that this is exactly what it looks like. They are trying to make plans to steal the next election. And you're still, what? You're still having conversations about making ICE wear body cameras? Like, bro, we have all these murders on video. And then they're still protecting them and not even allowing them to get arrested. Not even allowing, like, police investigations. What the fuck would a body camera do? Now we'd add a 17th new angle to these different murders? Like, what are you talking about? No, this is serious, y'all. ICE has got to be fucking abolished. They have to be fucking abolished. And these motherfuckers need to be called out. And it needs to be realized that they are trying to steal the next election. They're already working on trying to steal the election. Why do you think they're moving like they're never going to have to answer to voters? Because they feel like we probably will never have to answer to voters again. We'll just rig it. That's where we're at now. That's where we're at. And this should come as no surprise to people. Trump tried to steal the election in fucking 2020. He tried to steal it in 2020. So, the best predictor of future action is past action. This is who this guy is. A guy who can't help himself, and he fucking very obviously and openly cheats at golf. It's a guy who cheats at fucking everything, including elections. The question is he at least going to allow 2026 to go through? Because he's not on the ballot there, right? So I feel like he plays these mental games where he might let that slide. Maybe. But even that is an open question because they're on track to get so slaughtered. I don't think his ego could take it. So he probably will try to, make it so. We don't even know. They might say, if Democrats win in massive numbers, they literally might just say, we're just not going to seat them. Right? We saw this with Adelita Grijalva. How long was Mike Johnson like, I'm just not going to seat you? And like, it took like months. And I think they were testing there. How long could we get away with this for? They will use every dirty trick in the book. This is what Republicans do. This is what they do. It's like when, who was it? Scalia died and Barack Obama got a Supreme Court pick and he picked Merrick Garland. And they just didn't have a hearing on him for like a really long time. They just didn't have a hearing on him for like over a year. They were like, oh yeah, nah, we have an election in like a year and 4 months or something, so we're not going to seat him. What? What are you talking about? They just make shit up. They will cut corners. They will lie. They will cheat. They will do whatever they can in order to get a leg up because they know they're fucking deplorable. They know they're wrong about everything. They know their policies suck. They know people hate them. So what do? Fucking shit. Let's just cheat it as much as we can. And so 5-alarm fire, y'all. Everybody's got to wake up and realize what we're dealing with here. They're saying it out loud. They're saying it out loud. You used to sound crazy if you were like, hey man, it looks like they're trying to extort them so they can get the voter rolls and try to steal the election. You used to sound crazy. But how many things have they now come out and said that used to be behind closed doors, like Trump going, it's about the oil. We're going to take the oil from Venezuela. That's what we're going to do. That used to be the conspiracy theory. Oh, we went to Iraq mostly for the oil, or a lot of it's for the oil. Oh, come on. That's a conspiracy theory, people used to say. Now they're saying, Trump is saying it. He's saying it out loud. So how many things are like this? I mean, it's funny because when it's so naked right in front of you, I think it's hard for people to wrap their mind around it. It's harder for people to wrap their mind around it. Because they're like, nah, it can't be. I mean, this is so out there. No, they mean it. They fucking mean it. So everybody wake up, man. Everybody wake up. We are losing our country rapidly by the day. And this requires all hands on deck and massive, massive resistance, the likes of which we've never seen before.
Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.